the last time I didn't come on, na me ni kwaku didn't come for fifi home because no some of us now you're writing off for cry because you need the media engagement in it says uncle for no na nyama but they pulled a surprise the one is honorable fifi etimi edi enkonim na ade but o catch him say January is winning. Quickly on that, your first comment on the CS Saturday in an affair, not some English.
You met you at you for sending a kind of at you for a show. Parliamentary duties, no, Kamisha Hokakra, Afena, Manyam Braba, General Medical Party Nabaso, Mabo Planning Committee, no, Electoral Committee for arrangements of the Toho, now security issues. Na bibia ko boko se ne mo hihye ba bia ni bibia betena se wo di we to ne see wo trade fair 4 years ago because this is a mark improvement. Yeah. So because of the same stadium net here no e chiche ba bibia betena region dia ipako be na agese nko ya de no stadium no wa ya de papa.
Because na mo media village and you can see say bibia
ko boko even outside the stadium supporters e buy comportment I walk BBNC. I think it's one of the best
organized. A do time now you can but the way we managing crowd it was fantastic.
It's one of the best organized internal elections at Mahu Ghana. Yeah. Incident free. A whole on the field, nothing happened, no skirmishes. Na yatwabana we can you could see coalition in your money na team organizers in Abaso generally. Make say it's one of the best organized ones. Now yeah, say you're deep in democracy, no. Send an amount for with the say, we could never be can say, you declare was an emergency zone, security emergency zone. Now, because you say a barbecue, and to your servo, Nippo cancer, so more media phone, so some more here. Modia, Moko Fita, black dot to Nisi on one among her. Then I servo, then pertinent, I didn't call him.
Maybe bisa ko maybe bisa honorable we could do grounds na fe de C for C G for C na de na aye but we say general pay e be we crowd no we the first one e bo ni din wo jabo na se no dede no na manfo say ade na ehu and we say pay ya wo be ya manfo be chia manfo na fe de stadium nyina ji na si asemaba. What aside the experience and aside say why the face of NDC in terms of difficulty in this item, what again did the magic?
Generally, Obia in the political landscape, the cancer internal politics, NDC internal politics, will be any experience channel, and he knows what to say, how to say it to get the results. If you underestimate general, perhaps only John Mahama can do. Move from where you are and come to another position. Nobody in the party, maybe apart from John Mahama, can do that and succeed. But he only himself, Juma would do your party. Apart from then he also knows what to do and what to say. And in Timeka said generally, I demand so I share in 17 years, Odi Jumapa. I would say, baby, I send this young friend cry, NDC, Obedru ho. And it Oshe Nina Odia Sina Niswa Nini Samana or can Nina could see Juma Wadi Dadano and all the tongues of Moheni Mayeno Namufa with my meeting. And the message was about power. He didn't focus on this particular election. He was focusing on, he was telling the delegates, they say, more power. And this in India because of Amamo Bonia Ecoso, because of intimidation in the Nana Kufa de Omawe Fasono. Ne Huna, any cost of living a costorono. Obia condo power. And if you focus on giving them roadmap or the power, they will listen to you. Timejidi say ena ni knowledge so ewo local internal politics no couple with the fact say enka politician bia no o chewa konwa no so no na o stock ekofem enka o gidi anipa no wo mu no ekofem but imagine General has won the General Secretary's position with 80% margin since I called General Secretary. 80%. My book chairman of example for Baso. He's a hard nut to crack. He's a astute politician. Nobody takes that away from him. And even for the 65%, and yet chairman for some for and any position occupier, it could have been worse. Not because of the force chairman, for example, for Nonyai, but it's because of the personality of General and what he stands for in the NDC.
But man for say edu we na man for say nasem na okokan ya type no babo nteno e hadwen. Ni nim se sa na hu na man for say bia sa asem no nka o manage ni ye na nyema bia mpie te na esi pie na nka bia onya more than 65.
I think it's a view and perspective. The most holy perspective says, "I am not okay, and my clarity on why he was contesting." People also believe
because as people are holding him to a ransom on Supreme Court matters, and they were being
because you see the narratives throughout this campaign, and he kept it. He kept the things to himself. He didn't want to open up the narratives. They say he should have stayed where he is. Obiani Nyodi, Mon Konanim, and that your mama crying Council of Elders are friend to the folk. So on in a own tea. So what is our narrative? He kept it, but it was close to election. That thing was gaining momentum. So he needed to diffuse it. And for me, that particular what they call league tape was not a league tape. Because he had delegates on Techima North. Techima North delegates no Mushia. Only delegates is here. How secret is it? It's not secret because delegates no crano. Branch executives crababi. Omuti say general no ba. Even branch exec ordinary party members are omunya branch for baby jina so muti bi. Until he was telling them about happiness and the fact that contested or contested nobody had asked him to stop and that nobody even will ask him to stop. They only organized a meeting to make sure say they bring the two big men or more party into. You say what campaign on money the cross and a party don't say it was a council of elders meeting. Generally, information you can say the then former chairman no general and a coy until nobody had told him, but because of currency and amount for it to so John Mama craft friend, so he wanted to demonstrate to them say it did not happen. So he was explaining why no money be and until person taking leadership because he's general secretary. Administratively, he's the head of the administrative wing of the party. But when it comes to decision making, what is neck? When you say neck now, when you hear the Congress no have one decision making. But after that, the delegated powers no man neck. Neck take a decision and affect echo implement it. And neck also is headed by the chairman. So if he wanted to explain to them, say, if they want to have good committees after party committees or better. The electoral committee, election directorate, IT directorate, all the other directorate. It is the decision making body which is headed by the chair of the party. And he was trying to give them an example of why we have had challenges with the IT directorates. Because it comes as a result of appointments, and so if you don't appoint the right person, you have challenges. And not always explain to them. So or explaining here to some point, I concede. Yes, I concede. Say, if there is explanation to the point of why we did not have a collation of results, proper collation of results in 2016 and 2020, no, maybe you could have ended there without going into the Supreme Court matters. And that's where people decide. That's why I tell you, people say, for all the issues a general can or no, they decide to call it lead. Granted, they didn't even mention the appointment issues and the supposed disregard for views of the parliament, the presidential candidate, General Cancer, former chairman, who show because that was the import to show them say because he disregarded the views of the flag bearer, who is also an important then he went beyond that to explain the fact that we didn't have the results proper holding Yankasa results to the Supreme Court. And the people decided to pick that one out. So for me, that explanation also changed some people's perception. Say, if it is true that during that meeting, the chairman decided not to inculcate the views of, or did not listen and wait for the views of the former president, then it also supposes that maybe he didn't accord the former president. Then it is this man, because it's politics, it is this man who accord the former president his wishes and his view. It also influenced some people in their voting.
All right. Honorable Beda CP, yeah, Brenning, but you monitor, Kokuna, who can about Sifi, Nameka, answer honorable Banami Pesemi, who says I vacuum. No. Fifi, if you have quitted it, now occupy now, and I watch less so general acquired in what dance here pen. But what kind of general secretary are we going to see from a NECOA COPM 2024? Because which them are. From the office of the former president Jerry John Rawlings, I mean, for the crazy, you know, obey occupy, even though it be a what kind of general secretary are we going to see?
But let me pick it from the honorable, free. And you know, as we speak, maybe I was here, and that one I've given it to our national chairman. Johnson, I said we can get here. There was a say, oh, we share now or tamale. Wouldn't say, yeah, Congress, no, yeah, one of our guys, EU Farouk, of Rimuya, and then
into tamale.
Yes, General Chairman General, say, or Chairman General, say, oh, we share now or tamale, any flag bearer. And Elikam Kotokoron, so yeah, one of our deputy national organizers, Omo. And I'm saying, say, that is the mark. General or where it mattered most, you understand, and he's that kind, and a bimun tiasie, and so I've been saying that he's the type say bibiayewo ene like honorable kind. If you are looking for somebody who most experienced, in fact, in the entire national leadership, ene onwa uka knowledge in electoral matters. In the NDC today, I mean, including those who are not holding executive position, I'm here to see anybody over to me compete on no say as a way every IPAC meeting and about one's new sem BBB will be able to me knowledge general one will be able to me a challenge, you know. I mean, so he's in a class of his own. I am happy, baby. Adu say no, he's coming to, provide direction, and that's what a chairman is expected to do. And I know he's going to do that well. And if every can say, baby, a general do you know, he must become a subject. A course in political science for, students of political science and students of history. To learn, because generally will be a. And I remember this thing in 2008. Year call election at the First Land Park. The MPP had their last rally at First Land Park, and there was this speaker, your friend Dr. Fojo. He had an opportunity to speak, address the crowd. Dr. Fojo came and he said, "Inti Ghana for patch say, in an unlikely event, say Professor Mills, I win the election. Now Professor Mills, Ekosha abrofunuma na plane no bekwa akosi hona omupia and the president ni CV na general secretary of a ruling party na Johnson Asiedu Nketia." And that comment was greeted with an uproar. But you see, it created the impression in the minds of some, including Dr. Fojo, said, "Upe, competent people are managed. It's in stature, it is in looks, it is in all those things. They don't do any critical analysis of who a competent person is." What I say, and I'm saying, a general epitomizes such a, because 17 solid years as a general secretary of a party. And like Honorable said, or call election now, votes are on 80%. Was our national chairman, and we have all seen what he has done. So, he is somebody that we must study. He is somebody we must revere so much as far as the NDC and Ghana politics is concerned. Because as we speak today, he is the only political office holder with our serving for a longer time and still in office. I'm yet to see any political office holder that has served over this period. As to what to expect and adwuma ben potia honorable fifikwete eba be na me di ka tro so ono or a result oriented person ne dwuma no or sha se a it is with passion. So what is required? Say the issues of the constituency, the issues of the branch, the issues of the region. He has indicated, say, we have to start operating with technology. And yes, be our headquarters, so pay information from the branches through the constituencies. Now after Nabia, you see, being far car on constituency, we say, okay, omu data then, and now say, okay, move find information,
data, no.
Yes, process now shall say, but on no level now, or the tono. It has to be even by the press of a button from the headquarters. You must be able to tell what it is. If it's the data or you are looking for a constituency, I mean, segmentation in now, you should be able to tell by the press of a button. And that, I trust him. Because no the activities in are data driven. If he doesn't have data, he doesn't speak. And he's that kind of a person. And by his nature, you realize that the way he goes about his things, other people who will get an opportunity to serve will also be driven. And if you are not prepared to be driven, it will be like Manchester United. No, it's like a moving train. If you can't stay on board, you get off. Because the main ultimate thing is just as a team of the 10th Delegate Congress now indicated that we are rallying for victory. No, 2024 is a target, and so we will be working to be able to deliver on that mandate the victory in the 2024 elections. And and I believe that on only there he will be able to deliver. And he had made a promise that stories about particularly collation of the 2024 election results. And no, there wouldn't be stories. And he has promised that, in fact, the first night after the close of poll, yes, he has made that promise.
Honorable, when I may be, sir, cracks kakra bapatin mo fi na kopem 2024 and as if na kopem tama mo be yi mu flag bearer ne ade no sa ho de ne wo ho mo betimi aka bom. Because when twi den twitwi be mu mabisa pen me san bisa bi si amato ye hu ba bi asusan de body hu na kwakodro. How is the party going to manage that chairman of so ne nkrofo bi a obi a ba komini bi a yetete o mo na so mo ben den ona boni emfenti
me nia me da say am say thankfully am say I need 24 hours before I to abano chairman for example for I'm a congratulatory message. There were, if you read, there are a lot of things in it, a lot of insinuations in it. But me sure say National Executive Council no, more responsibility, especially more more responsibility. Say they will bring the others on board. Because I tell you, me, every position I call here, no, the quality of materials are a contested, good. If it was not general, a chairman for example, for me, sure say he has been there. He could still have continued, but delegates no join say at this stage of political way, general in the general secretary position. If it was not Fifi and it was Utukono or Elvis, any one of them could have done the job. In fact, what I mean is, pool Nankasaru was good, and the SLT we free. And we say if the pool was good, then we should bring all of them on board. The first thing is to talk about unity, to heal the cracks are developing. Then we can see how we can engage them in meaningful positions going forward, because NDC is so big, say there are a lot of space for everybody to work in. Exactly. And I'm hoping say Chairman General Anonsono Oyobia, he's a consensus builder. He can bring people on board. So we are sure say, and he said he doesn't want to destroy a 25 years relationship or any for Anya. He said he will start working quickly to bring Sampo and all the others. For instance, Elvis Afrianka or elections director. He's been there for a long time. He knows the job. The Secretary Bakono Otukono has been in charge of administration. I think operations. In charge of operations. So he also knows the job. You don't leave these people outside. You're sure say there will be space for all of them. But the first thing that I'm calling for from the supporters' point of view is say, let's stick together. If you come to Parliament, for instance, there were MPs who were for general,
there were MPs
who were for chairman, and they'll be put something on our platform. I say he's not been able to come to Parliament because of mosquitoes being really 3 days ago. Into malaria, sorry, my old treaty. It was so funny. It was so beautiful. I just missed one of them. Those who were for example, back one of them on humans. I don't know. Oh, now we are tolerant. I'm so senior. Then am I? So it's so beautiful. So we are not fighting.
Yeah.
It's about people's choices, and people are entitled to their choices. Until we party back, and until a campaign, no. We were trying as much as possible. Say we should be careful of the things that we say. The last time I catch you said there are a lot of things, but there's not everything that you can see. Just because when we finished, the victor supposed to stretch a hand to the loser, but Oma didn't make here. You can't stretch a hand or stretch out also. But me did say you know send me no money Jojo Hono, and at the margin of victory, you see so overwhelming. Say every polling center, station, you create you. Center Hono. All of them, no more. If you pick the general secretary position, for instance, for all of them, almost all of them, if you want all of them, and you see the margin. So this is what the people wanted. If you pick the chairmanship position, general want all of them, including the neck one. Eka 17. He want all of them. So there is no confusion about what the delegates wanted. And to be sure, said now they also stretch a hand and bring the people on board.
All right. Honorable Minyayanke beto aso bad. Yebre no na afi unse wo sei ja na okoyo wejuba. Enti koku mauli nanegbe yebeda CP ono ka fifi kwete omo mpenimfo no mo bo adwuma na ma yebeda o masipa so mo baaye. Yebo mpaye se ndoma kan nyina no party mfo no betie no madi hu dwuma na 2024 omo party no will come out stronger. Honorable nso yebeda CP honorable dia mi Yami adma Thursday na oko ntimi ya se bronya we ene nidi e wa hanne na je se okọ time na obabiuma na ya to aso ona bo ye beda sipi
barese mami sro seconds na me for information we to dra what we say answer the congress no na your former flag bearer na former president John Dramani Mahama di adisrede ebi betu Ghana for him say omuye contribution of 50,000 Ghanaians a obi abema no 10 cedis. Ghana for higher there.
Okay.
In fact, the last time, before the commencement of the Congress, information about Montaigne said we have raised over 1 million Ghana cedis out of that.
I think Samijinfi brought a release.
Yes.
On that subject.
So yeah, that Ghana for say all those people who made the contribution towards the success of the Congress.
Okay.
All right.
Madasipi. Ebusia ena yede dwumadi ni nyina AC yebejai NDC mata na yede besi wonde na yahwe de ebekọ akosi da foforo honorable yebeda ase kokunsu yebeda ase pi nyame yadoma kina yebesan hia yakam.